after text, let's start with equations. Okay, first equation we have to write x1 is equal to y square plus z1 square plus w12 plus v to the power 32. So when we write equations, that is means it is a mathematical operation. Okay, mathematical. So we have to use mathematical operator. So this, you can see this dollar sign, you have to write between this two the expressions. So if you see x1, that means x underscore 1 you have to put is equal to y to the power 2 plus z, again because it is subscript, so underscore 1 and superscript to the power 2 plus w underscore, when it is more than 2 subscript, see it is only 1 here, 12 we have to write, so you have to put inside the braces. So 12 plus v, again to the power braces because it is 2 digits are there, 32. So you have to put between these two dollar signs. So let me put this, write it here. Let me just take it down so that it's not at the end. Let me put here only and document. Okay, I'm writing here. Let me put in new section and write here equations. Okay, now either you can put directly like between $2, okay, or you can x square, you can write down like this, or directly you can use here also, you see here in math mode. Okay, directly it will show you $2 sign. Either you can do this or you can write yourself also. So my equation was x1 is equal to, so x underscore 1, you see everything will be in green color, okay, because this is under mathematical mode. X1 equal to, also not required to put space, you can also directly write like this. X1 is equal to y square plus z1 square y square, okay, plus z1, okay, underscore square plus w12 was there, so w, I have to put underscore because that is subscript, then the curly braces 1 2, then plus u v to the power 3 2. Fine, let me run this. See here equation has come. Okay, can you see x1 is equal to y square. If you want, let me use clear page, so that we'll use a new page. Okay, you can use clear page. That means it will, whatever till here everything was there, after that it will clear the page and it will come to the next new page. Okay, so you can see this was the first page, here equation came, but I did clear page, so it is coming in the next second page. Fine, so let me just zoom it to show you the equation. Fine, you see the equation, but there is no equation number. Okay, the same thing I'll write, but I'll write in begin equation and end equations. Okay, so I'll write the same equation, you don't have to put again dollar sign. Okay, same equation I wrote within begin equation and end equations. So you see here what has happened, the equation will come and there will be a equation number. Okay, that's the difference. When you write here, this will run, but there will be no equation number, but here there will be equation number. Same thing also you can write and you can put a star. Okay, and so if you put a star also, then also this equation number will get deleted. Okay, either you can directly write in this between the dollar symbol, or you can write in begin equation and equation, and if you don't want the equation number you can put the star mark. Fine. Okay, next equation is, okay, so we have given this sigma s is equal to ds and epsilon s. Okay, so let me use this equation, then we'll go for next equation is this. Okay, I'll just copy from here. So what I have done is sigma, if you want to use, let me explain here, begin equation. Okay, just writing begin equations, I'm deleting this, and I'm going to put sigma s. Okay, sigma s, so you have to write backslash sigma, the symbol, and if you want to put the subscript s, you can put s, that is sigma s. You can also put show, see here, okay, sigma s, and this is the equation number. It's by default 1 it will show, but when you will run it will show 2 because here already 1 is uh, assigned to this equation. So sigma s is equal to, so if you want to put the bracket, you can see here the difference is, here is curly braces, it is between curly braces, right? So now if I put only plain curly braces, let me put inside this sigma s. Okay, and delete this. Okay, because curly braces, if you put plain, it will run and it was just simple, so sigma s. In order to use it like we used percentage sign, you have to put a backslash and the curly braces. Okay, now you see it will show curly braces. Okay, like percentage symbol also, if you directly you will use percentage, it will show command line, you have to use a backslash. Similarly, in order to use curly braces you have to use backslash curly braces is equal to square bracket ds, so underscore s. If you want multiplication sign, you can use times, backslash times. Okay, and again this epsilon. So again backslash. See, automatically it is coming because whenever you are putting a bracket, it has to be closed. So automatically, when you put a backslash curly braces, the ending will come. So within that, you have to put your value. So epsilon, this coming option. So s I'm putting underscore s. Fine. Let me run this. Okay, so this was the before one which I copied from this sigmas. I have added extra multiplication symbol which is by using times. Okay, backslash times. So ds into epsilon s. So equation 2, 3. Okay. Then next, let us use another equation. These are bigger equations. You have to type this already. Actually, before making the presentation, I have made a exercise, what equations I will use. So if you see this equation, begin equation, end equation, within that I have added a label. Label means if you want to refer this equation. Okay, so if I'm referring, so I'm going to refer above equation, let me put equation number and backslash ref, reference. So you see, so now this equation is 29a. I want to refer equation 29a. Full stop. So if I'm running this, so this is the equation that came, and I'm going to refer equation 4 because this is equation 4, right? You can put here also, for example, I'm putting here label, the previous one, and you'll see key. I'm going to put as equation 1. Okay, some name, any name you can put. You can not required like equation only you can put. You can refer anything. Like let me put as my equation. I can put MYEQ. Let me put as number 23. Okay, anything you can put as the name. So here let me put as above equation this to reference. Okay, so here this came the new equation that I have given, my equation 23. Okay, full stop. What was the equation? 4 3, because the previous equation was number 3. Okay, wherever you will put that equation will come, right? So this is using of reference. Now let me make you understand about this equation. I'll show you. So when you are writing a matrix, okay, you can use B matrix. You can see, let me write this again here to make you understand. Begin equation, begin equation. First label you can write. You can also end it with label also. Like before end equation also you can write. So I'm going to put, you can not put same label in two equations. You have to put different equation. Otherwise, if I'm putting, you see, if I'm putting the same value as EQN 29A, it is coming in purple color, okay, because this is matching. You cannot put same label in two equations. Okay, so let me change it as 29B. See, now it became green color, so it is acceptable. So here I want this curly braces X and Y. So I'll start with begin B matrix, capital B matrix. Okay, I'll select this. Once you select, it will come begin matrix, end matrix. Within that, what you have to write? X. Okay, because it is Y is in next line, I have to put double backslash Y. If you want to put, I will explain this. If you want to put 4 values, you have to go, just you have to put a space. So, okay, we'll see when we'll write in this. Okay, let me show you here only. So, begin matrix X, then because Y is next line, so backslash Y. Over. So, I'm going to run this. Okay, XY, you got this. Now, this is equal to, now we have to put a square bracket. For square bracket, it is small b matrix. Begin. Okay, small b matrix. Okay, so cos alpha. So when you're putting cos alpha, cos is also a function. So you have to put backslash cos. If it is C, there is two options, cos and cosec. So I'm going to select cos and alpha. Okay, alpha. Then I have to put here and symbol. Okay, so that it will go to next cos alpha. Next is minus sine alpha, so minus again backslash sine alpha, alpha al. Okay, alpha, then next line. Okay, if you want to add again, you can put a ampersand sign. So next line I'm going, you can also continue with this, no problem. I'm just putting in next line. So sine backslash sine alpha, then and cos alpha. Right? Okay, now let me run this. Okay, and the last one, if I am going to put this, so this will come in begin V matrix. So begin V matrix for this kind of bracket. I'll put X, then X dash. Okay, X dash. So I'll put X dash. So the single code that I've used, X dash Y. Fine. Look. Okay. The equation number is come. Okay. Then another type of equations. We'll see, this is we have done now. equation. Okay. If you want to put, now we are going through, if you want to write multiple equations, you have to use equation array. Okay. When you want multiple equations, and also you can use split, we'll go through this, or another is align. Fine. These are the next equations. Or multiline also we can use. Okay. Then we'll go to table. Okay, so now this is single equations we have written, right? Now if you want together to write equations, then we can use equation array. Let me put here equation array. Show you. See, there's two equations directly between this. Before what? One equation we were writing, begin equation, end equation, only one equation we were able to write. But now you can write two equations and the equations will be, you can see, label. Okay, when you write begin equation, at that time another option was coming. This we were selecting before, equation array you can select. Okay, inside this, so for the first equation, write the label. Let me write again label first. Okay, first equation, write the equation. Okay, so what is the equation? It is small x is equal to summation of, you see the symbol summation of we want. So summation means the form function is, what did I write? Backslash sum. Okay, you see, if when you're only sum means only symbol will come, but if you want to put the upper and lower limit, the maximum value, you have to select this. So the below one is how much? I is equal to 1. So I'll put I is equal to 1 here. I equal to 1 and above value is 12. So I'll put here 12. This into ni of st. So n underscore n sub underscore ni, then of st, then y xi. So I wrote this. Let me delete the other one to not to get confused with the same equations. So I wrote one equation only. Okay. So it came 6. So I wrote one equation. I can add another equation here only. So I'll put a second line. So next line, I'll go just write double backslash, but you cannot use this in just begin equation and end equation. Here only one equation you can write, but in equation array you can use this. So I'll just copy the same thing and I'll change. Let me put as my second label. I'll change. So this, let me just put second equation, and here x is y and the value here was y. Fine. Look here. You got the two equations and two equation number. See, another equation has come 8 also. It should be 6 and 7 because there was a next line here. Okay, so I don't have to put that. I have to remove this. So 6 and 7. I got two equations. X is equal to summation of ni xi and y is equal to ni yi. If you want to put a space between this, sometimes it does not look good. You want to put a space. What you can do here, you can put a backslash comma. Okay, or you can also put a tilde sign. This symbol or sign also you can put from a keyboard, and you see there is a space. Sometimes you may feel like that you need a space between the uh, symbols. At that time, you can use this backslash, comma, or a tilde sign to get the space, because ni is a function of st, so it should look like this is a term and this is another term. Okay, at that time you may need this fine. Now let's use another. We used equation array. Okay, let's use split. Okay, for multiple equation only, the same for multiple equation. So you can use anything, you can use. Okay, it depends on you. Okay, this is another type of equation. So this is one equations. What I have done is, let me run you, show you what is this. So this will give you one equation. Okay, so if you want to write something like this, sigma PL will be P into delta. So these are actually equations from my own journals only, which I have published. So is equal to TPL into epsilon sigma n is equal to. So what you say is you want something which is related and you want just one equation. Okay, at that time you can use split. So begin equation, end equation. Within that again you have to write begin split and end split. Okay, so let me show you. Begin equation. Inside it again begin split. Right? So begin split and end split. Within that epsilon. So you see inside the curly braces, so I'll put a curly brace first. Curly brace epsilon, I'll write epsilon. Okay, this has to be again the superscript is P, so I'll put P. And after this, so you see here this is outside. Okay, this L is outside, so I'm not going to put here. After bracket I'm going to put underscore L is equal to, again braces B to the power P you have to put, and L has to be outside again. Okay, then delta again between, so delta you have to use delta using the backslash so that it will be command. Then so this is the first equation I have wrote. Then I have to put a second equation, but in order to show that this two should come where, means equal sign, it should start with equal sign. So before equal sign I'll put the ampersand. Okay, ampersand sign. The next one again ampersand sign, and I'll start with equal to. So wherever you want this to come in the same line, at that point you have to put this ampersand sign. Okay, P to the power P, because this is to the power P. Then underscore L and epsilon sigma n between the braces. This is bracket, then xi eta. So I'll put backslash xi, comma, backslash eta. So everything is there in commands, all symbols. Okay, fine. This is equal to again this same thing. I'll copy here. Let me delete this. Okay, there's some error here. Backslash begin split and split. Now you can see the same thing, so I'll just delete the above one. Now I wrote this equation, it has come as 8. This, if I'm going to put this ampersand symbol here, you see what is the difference? No, or you can just, instead of here, just I'm going to put here to find the difference. After equal to and before equal to. See, you can see the difference. So you have to put exactly where you want this ampersand symbol. Understood? Fine. Now coming to after this, there is another also term, a line. So this is a big matrix which I have used. Let me just copy here and show you. Fine. So you can also use begin align. Here we are not using a begin equation and equation, directly begin align and end align. So here also same, you have to use ampersand. Okay. So if you are putting no number, so there is no number in this equation, and here directly 9. If you want both the numbers, you can remove this and you can have the equation number here also 9, 10. Okay, that's the difference. So let me put this extra. So let me use this no number only so that you can know there is another command we can use. So epsilon I've written and is equal to, because similarly like we used previously, there only I have put ampersand symbol. Then this, so this for this square brackets, again small b matrix I've used, within that I've written. Then you can see here, so epsilon pl and epsilon bl, within that, because of next line I've used this next line command double backslash. With it I've written 0.5 em. This is the distance between these two. If I'm removing this, you see what is the difference. So after writing this command, when I'm putting next line to write this command, say epsilon bl, I used 0.5 em. You see the space, and here you see the space. The space between them is reduced. Sometimes what happens, it may happen the because these are very bigger terms, you need the space between them too. At that time you may need, see here I have written 0.58 m, because these are bigger number letters, right? So you may need a space between the two rows. So at that time you can put this 0.5 em, or you can write in mm, centimeter, anything you can write the distance between the rows. So whenever you're going for next line, you can put the how much distance. So what you have to do, you have to put within the square bracket the value, and it should attach with this. Okay, otherwise if you put little space, then the value will come. Okay, you have to put no space between this backslash and the distance value. So this is the use. And p matrix is this type of bracket. Then partial, when you write the derivative, you can use partial like this. See, I'll just show you here, partial. Okay, you can write partial of dx or u or v, this. And another thing is, when you write a fraction, let me show you here in begin equation. Okay, so I'm going to write here del u by del x. Okay, when you write del u by del x, you have to write first fraction. Frac, you can see numerator num, denominator dem. Enter is partial u del u, then denominator I want del u by del x. Okay, partial by del x. Okay, so this is what all together it is written. So let me show you. Del u by del x I wrote. Part, okay, now if this is equal to, okay, this, let me put this. Yeah, is equal to del square by del x square. Fine. So that means defrag. What is the difference with defrag and frag is if sometimes when you write this, let me show you here. If I'm just putting it as frag, what will happen? See, this becomes very small. Okay, that's why you have to write. If you put a defrag, it becomes proper. So anything you can use. Defrag also you can use. Defrag. Okay, numerator, denominator, or frag. So this is what you can write down with using P matrix. And so this is between a line we used. Before this, we used split function, we used equation array, and we used just normal equation only. And the next is for multi-line. This is the last one. If you want multiple line to come, this is also another options. Okay, fine. Now, if you look at this, that means you are going to use very big equation. If it is at that time, you can see in two lines it will be. So I have written this as a single equation. Wherever you want to be come into the next line, you have just put this next line command, double backslash. See, if I'm removing here, I'm just putting here. Okay, wherever you will put in the equation, it will come in the next line. You see, for after first term I've used, so the first term after first term it came here, the second line. That is the use in multi-line. Okay, you're going to use put this equation in the next. Okay, these are different equations how you can write. Okay, with all this matrices, epsilon, delta, and using different commands. And I think this will be very useful for you all.